Right, we're back. It's working magically because I didn't change anything, right? God, I hate computers. When they're working, they're fine. It's like cars, actually. When they're working, they're good. When they don't work, they're just really irritating. Right. Right. Apologies for that, everybody. I'm back, and I'll upload this video, and it'll all look totally smooth, and there won't be any reference to the fact that Drew was totally incompetent about getting Streamlabs to work. I don't know why it does that. Sometimes it just freaks out. It was digging me about last week, and it just deleted all my microphones for no obvious reason. It's like, really stupid computer. Anyway, right, we are here. Right, ZX81 is here, the Lander is here, Commander Kelvinator is here, Technologist is here, Frank Miner 2049er is here, the Funny Asteroid is never a good stream without a funny asteroid. The Harkoners are here, fresh from the invasion of Arrakis. Commander Dusklord is here, Wintermute GB is here, of course, the Big Boo, sponsor of the stream. Thank you very much, Big Boo, for the gift of X Beyond the Frontier. Mad Bugsoft is here, Kelly Bagler is here, yay, man with the clicking device. Haunted Loaf is here. Retu81 is here. Enigmash is here. Xynophage 5 is here. Set your DMAs and IRQs. Exactly right. Right. onwards with the stream. Very D, first time viewer. Is it this fun every time? Yes. Usually something goes badly wrong. Very D, and this is what happens. I blame it entirely on myself. It's just total incompetence on my part. And reticence and just computers. Okay, they're just. I used to subscribe to the old school view back in the day that a computer was a logical device, right? You put the same inputs into it, you should get the same outputs out of it. That's how I've always understood these things. Modern computers aren't like that. So thanks for the vote of confidence there, Frank Miner 2049er. He's usually more incompetent than this. That's very reassuring. There we go. Right, let's get into X. Hopefully this is working. Yes. Now, we are playing the part of Kyle Brennan, who is aboard a is aboard a prototype. Do the Harkonnens keep reinvading what they just said? It was because the Arrakis guys keep fighting the back. It's an ongoing conflict in my head. We're playing the part of Kyle Brennan, who is a pilot aboard an experimental starship. So obviously that's going to go wrong, and yes, it did in a bad way. So poor Kyle, despite all the warnings in advance of the of the tragic accident that froze his life support systems and transport. No, hang on, that's another space friend side. And turned Buck Rogers to Earth 500. No, that's wrong. So Kyle Brennan's, with an entirely predictable accident, has been blasted across the universe to some strange part of the galaxy, or maybe even another galaxy, or maybe even another universe. We don't really know. And he's basically, his ship was busted as a result. He hasn't got any guns, and he encountered these. What was the race called? They're basically space Ferengi. Failure was not an option; it was a requirement, actually. Yeah. It's kind of like Farscape, actually. Yes, that's a good point. Haunted Level. It's kind of like Farscape, isn't it? Except the Taladi. There we go. Buck Rogers and his gorgeous love. Yes, Buck Rogers, and what was it? Wilma Deering. Who was she played by? So basically, we'd found ourselves here, and we were trying to scrape together enough money to basically upgrade our ship a tiny little bit, because it was, as most of these games, these kind of elite-alike games, your starting ship is obviously rubbish. And unlikely, this one was even more harsh, I thought, than Elite, in the sense that your starting ship doesn't actually have any guns, which seems pretty mean. Fortunately, the game has dumped you into a relatively safe part of space, but Ethan's phone, starting you off with not very much money, a rubbishy spaceship which doesn't have any guns seems pretty harsh. Even the original Leap wasn't that bad. At least you had a pulse laser and a handful of missiles. So as I recall, we had done a bit of trading, and we were about to, either we had just bought or we were about to buy something. I can't remember what it was. We've got three things that we were looking at. I remember the cargo bay extension, which obviously is fairly self-explanatory.
Your cargo bay will be extended by 5 additional cargo units using subspace compression technology. This extension will become more expensive every time you use it because of the increasing complexity of the needed technology.
Okay, I love the computer voice. She's very nice. I like her. Then there's the tactical navigation system, and I'm going to hand over to my computer lady assistant to explain what that is.
The tactical navigation system is an extension to the standard radar system found on almost every ship. It projects all objects in a system's ecliptic onto a 2-dimensional map. This extension is a must for every regular trader.
There we go. Okay, so that's another thing that we want. And I think we had bought another device which allows us to speed up the computer generation thing. And an onboard computer lady, if you wouldn't mind explaining what that is as well, that would be really handy.
This recently introduced product is based on the phenomenon of time and space anomalies observed in the presence of singularities. The CETA is an attachment to the ship's normal propulsion engine and can, when activated, compress time up to 10-fold. Due to the constraints of space warping, it is not possible to alter one's course or velocity during a time compression, and the device will be deactivated as soon as any interference with the ship's controls are registered. The invention was clearly meant to shorten travels across vast distances. No known side effects exist, but they cannot be ruled out.
Okay, well that's reassuring. So basically what we have there is a space turbo. Okay, that's what that is. The cargo bay extension is more space for the ship. I like the way it's got, what was it? Subspace compression technology. So basically it's a small black hole inside your cargo bay. That's quite interesting. And the tactical navigation system is an advanced radar. Okay, so yeah, that's what those things are. Now, question for you guys is, how can I get, I can't remember if I bought the singularity engine timing, etc. I think I did, because my cash is lower than I expected it to be. So how do I get an inventory of what's on my ship? Yeah, kind of renamed Star Dreamer, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. Is there? So those are the things I can buy. How do I get a list of what's on my ship? Where's the inventory button? Is there an inventory button? I've forgotten the key points because the problem is I'm playing too many space games. I do like the space weed. What does she say about that? Actually, just out of curiosity. Tell us about space weed, computer.
Space weed can be smoked or ingested through the mouth because of its intoxicating effect and the fact that it is supposedly habit-forming. This plant has been outlawed by the governments of all races, with the exception of the Taladi. It is suspected that the Taladi produce space weed in a factory they call the Bliss Place.
Awesome. Okay. Right. S for spaceship status. Right. S for ship status. That's a math. Right. Okay. There we go. Right. So, the experimental ship info. Shield is at 51%. We haven't got a laser. We haven't got any missiles, but we do. There we go. Look, we do have a singularity engine timing generator installed, so that's good. Okay. So presumably, what we need to do then? How do I get? Okay. How do I get back to the shop? What's the key bindings on inventory? I don't want to press enter or escape because I think that takes it. Because P wasn't P personal inventory, so S is ship. How do I get back to the shop? I do know. I'm just trying to remember the keys to the game at A and Z. That was the throttle. Okay. So basically, it's an unusual game over screen you found. Yeah, it's so we're docked somewhere, which I can't remember quite where it was. Oh, no, hang on, there we just go up and down. Okay. Oh, hang on, it's going back to. Doesn't matter what I do. That's a bit weird. Oh, there we go. It's kind of a game over screen. Right, so we do want the cargo bay extension. We do want the tactical navigation system, but we can't afford those at the moment, and still. and still have enough working capital to trade. So print the key bindings. Yes, I should. You're quite right. So right, okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go make some more cash now with our Singularity engine time accelerator. Should hopefully speed that up a little bit. So I'm guessing. Okay, so we're going to launch. Yep, out we go. HOTAS at the ready. Okay, so we're back out.
Chairman Leo and the Taladi Space Company. There can be no profit for you in this game.
My ship just explode for no apparent reason. Oh, well, it's not a Drew Wager stream unless we die spectacularly early on. What happened there? I've got the feeling my joystick wasn't mapped well there. Let's just try that again. Okay. I'm gonna just. That was quite a good dev. So I'm just gonna hold the joystick to the right a little bit because something went wrong there. Feels like I've got. Yeah, so let's just get away from the space station. The joystick is pulling to the left. I can. Ugh. It's like the calibration is off, which is a bit weird. Is there calibration in the game? I don't remember that from last time. Yeah, so stupid deaths is a very common thing. Right, why is the... Okay, so here's the question. Why is the ship panning to the left? All the other controls seem to be fine. Okay. This is a problem playing old computer games. There's sometimes weird stuff like this happens. Okay, so I've set the engines to 0, so that gives me a moment to figure out what the hell's going on. Is that going to be a Windows thing? Is the mouse... The mouse does work, but if I leave the mouse alone, it's still panning. It's a starboard engine. Well, if the starboard engine's jammed on, I suppose it would tilt the ship to the left, wouldn't it? Okay, so this is this is the first. Where's the key bindings option? Can be joystick calibration. Let me go and see if I can find the joystick calibration. Okay, hang on a minute. Old school. Right, hang on a minute. Right, okay, so it should be. Well, that's saying okay. That's. Oh no, that is off. Look at that. That's interesting. Okay, so let's calibrate that. That's weird. I've never had that problem before. Okay. Maybe just slide up and down. This is very old school, isn't it? Yeah, right. Z rotation. Yeah, right. That's still not 100% right. Let's do that again. Move the handle in complete circles. Yes. And then press a button on the control. Look, it's dropping down there. That's really weird. Leave the handle until yeah. Slider up and down. Dun. Yep. Z rotation. That's the yaw. Finish. That looks better. Okay. Right. That's so old school. Never had that problem before. Right. Yay! It's okay. The ship is stable. Excellent. Yay. Right. Okay. Okay. So we've managed to get the ship. Can we blame OBS? Let's blame OBS for that. Streamers unluck. Right. So what I need to do now is I need to. Presumably we haven't got anything in the cargo hold. We need to go back, get some flowers, take the flowers to the refinery, take Oh no, hang on. Isn't it best just to go and get a stack load of, what was the stuff? Energy cells or something. Where do I get them from? They were from the, weren't they from the solar power generator places? That's one there, isn't it? Let's go over there. Right, how do I activate the super thingamajigamy drive? Is there a button for this? Okay, so you should have printed out the keybinds before I started this game. This is very true. First time chat from Young Nutter. I would blame the Klingons on the starboard bow. That's definitely what the case is. Okay, I need to look at mapping the yaw and the left and right. J for jump drive. Oh, J. Well, that's almost exactly the same as Lee. Okay. Ooh, active with factor 6. I don't think I want that actually on. Oh, that was on. Okay, that was it. Oh yeah, that makes a massive difference. Look, it is time compression. That is very handy. Okay. So I'm guessing I need to look onto target here. T, wasn't it? Was it T? Or I?
Taladi space stations are basically...
Yeah, yeah. How did I've forgotten the key bindings. Okay, so hang on. T.
Target now locked on.
Yeah.
Taladi Vulture.
No, I don't. That's not what I wanted.
Target now locked on.
Okay,
Solar
that's it.
power
Right, what
plant
was...
Beta.
Yep, that's good. What was the comms is C? That
This
was
is
it.
the Taladi solar power plant. C is well, Beta. You are talking to the automated interaction system. Make your request. This
What?
is the Taladi solar
know
power
that.
plant. C is well, Beta. You are talking.
Request permission to land. There we go. Right, then the doors will
As
open,
soon as you get green position lights.
and then we can fly in. Okay, the seater thing definitely makes a big difference, so that's good. And then we get this kind of really chilled docking music, don't we? Oh, don't go too fast, Drew. That's it.
Successfully docked.
Yeah, that was.
Of German key.
That's right. Who needs a printed guide when you've got a dedicated audience of experienced players? Exactly.
And welcomes you on board
That's
this
ready.
solar power plant.
Now that does look like the reactor at the heart of the second Death Star to me. I think we just need some concussion missiles to take that out. Was it proton torpedoes? I can't remember.
Connection to local trading
Right,
network
energy cells.
established.
Okay, there's loads of energy cells available. So buy stack loads of them, is what I understand. As many as we can. In fact, an entire full ship's
Energy
worth.
cells bought.
That's good. Right, so back out of here then. And then where was a good place to sell them? Was that the solar power? Was that the actual? The plant factories. I think they were decent. I bought those for 11 anyway, so I'm just trying to remember where they were. I do need that super map thing, so that's the next thing. Forgot to buy insurance. Well, I don't need to save. Hopefully I'll be okay. Yeah, I can't remember where I sold them now. Yeah, without a navigator system, it's really hard to find your way around, isn't it? That's the core. So where are the little flower places? I've got a feeling they're in that sort of direction. So let's go for J for jump drive. Engaging the SATA mode. That is really nice actually. That speeds things up. That's pretty cool. Oh, it conked out. Why did it? Did I press something? It did say something about control inputs, didn't
No
it?
aim.
No aim. Is that a critique of my gameplay, or is that just a general observation about life? Okay, let's switch that seater thing off. Right, what's that?
Target now locked on. Taladi Albatross.
That's a trader. Now I'm looking for, I think, a flower production place. There's lots of targets about, but it was a round thing, which I can't see. They all seem to be sort of in that direction. Is that one there?
Target now locked on Flower Farm
There we go.
Delta.
A Flower Farm Delta. So this has got auto stop, has it? Yeah. So that old FE2 orrery was very nice. It is going to stop, isn't it? It is. Thank goodness. Right. C for comms.
The Taladi Flower Farm, Seaswell Delta. You are talking to the
Seaswell
automated
Delta, that was
interaction
it.
system. Make your request.
I want
Positive.
permission to that.
Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
Okay. Where are the lights? I think I'm at the wrong side. Oh, there they are. Very much the deep void of space feel. Yeah, so the pacing is a lot different on these old games, isn't it? It's very chilled. And much more relaxed, which I quite like. I don't know if it's part nostalgia for these days, but it's also a game that doesn't force you to go too quick. You know, it's not like there's a desperate urge. You must get the next thing. You can, and because it's not dangerous at the moment, it's not too tense. It's just a case of carefully thinking about where you want to go, and
Successfully docked.
I mean, things will change doubtlessly, but
The Taladi company wishes great profit to you and
A
welcomes
docking-
you on board this.
a docking
Flower
computer will
Farm.
speed things up. Yeah, so is there a docking computer available? I didn't see that as an option. It was one of the first things I always got in Elite, actually, was a docking computer, because it was just total tenseness of trying to dock with a space station in Elite was the hardest part of the game. Forget the pirates and the
Connection
Thargoids.
to local trading
Right, so
network
energy cells sell for
established.
16 here, so that's not nearly as much profit as we made before, but it's some. At least you don't have to match the rotation to dock. No, you can't. Right? Okay, so let's sell that lot. We still make a kind of like a healthy profit.
Energy cells sold.
Let's buy a whole bunch of sunrise flowers. There we go.
Sunrise flowers bought.
Okay.
Taladi
Gorilla
sunrise.
Space Station said the biggest kill count in the universe. Okay, now we took these to a refinery. Where's that though? See, it's quite hard to identify things. Is that the refinery over there? I can't remember. Right, engage. Yeah, it's interesting that the J key is used, because it was. Is that the same on the BBC? I remember on the Spectrum it was called the Taurus drive, and it was, I think, the skip drive on the BBC. But it was the J key, wasn't it? J for jump. I mean, it kind of makes sense, doesn't it? But it's interesting that some of the keybinds are kind of the same. Actually, I think it was this thing, wasn't it?
Target now locked on Sun Oil Refinery Beta.
Perfect. There we go. Right, cool.
This is the Taladi Sun Oil Refinery, Seaswell Beta. You are talking to the automated interaction system. Make your request. Positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
Okay. Right, so let's see what we can sell our flowers for. Where is that? Must be on the other side. Oh, the green position lights are over there. Can we get better engines for this ship? It seems really slow at accelerating and decelerating. Is that an option for the future? Can you actually can you get different ships in this game, or are you just stuck with this one? Is a question. I shall let the chat ruminate, because you're 15 seconds behind what's actually happening because of streaming stuff. So I have to ask a question and then wait. Upgrades for engines in cargo. Okay. That's cool. I think you can fly also. I'm not sure, maybe that's for a later X game, because this is the first one, of course. So we're looking at, you know, we're back in 1999 here. The docking music is very Star Trek, isn't it? You're stuck on the X. Okay, so X2 onwards you can fly different ships, so that's an upgrade to look forward to in future streams. Okay, extension is the next one, says Big Boo. Okay.
On behalf of Chairman Keo, the Taladi company wishes great profit to you and welcomes you on board this Sun Oil refinery.
My impression is that the Amiga version of Elite 1 had the most unforgiving. I don't think I ever played Elite much on the 16-bit machines. On the Spectrum, it was, as long as you aimed at the centre, you were okay.
No strop
okay, so we can get 16. So we're making a little bit of money, but not much there. Because we're affecting the economy, that's the problem.
Sunrise flowers.
So presumably, no strop oil is something that's worth having. Where do we take the oil? I can't remember. Is that to...
Insufficient credits.
Insufficient credits. Insufficient credits. It's the small things that make me laugh. So I'm going to have to do that again.
Insufficient credits.
Dear. Sorry. I'm so childish. Max Headway, that's right. Clip-worthy moment. Oh dear. Right, I'm trying to remember, where do we take the oil to? Was that the big spinny station? Being childish means you're never bored. That's right. This is very true. I think it was the big station, wasn't it? I think I bought them. How do I check the ship's inventory? S for ship. Freight bay. Oh, maybe I didn't. Did I not? I thought I bought them. Maybe I didn't. I thought I did, but personal stats? Which now I haven't. I've got 623 credits on board. I didn't buy it. Yeah.
This is the Taladi Sun Oil Refinery.
I was having so much fun with the computer.
You are talking to the automated interaction system. Make your request.
The game cheated. That's right. I was too busy DJing.
Positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
Green position lights detected. Alright. Okay, let's go do that again. Let's say the concept. I must admit, the kind of bored is childhood. I don't think I've ever been bored in my entire life, because if I ever in danger of getting bored, I start mucking about. It's just boredom, and it's not something I've really ever experienced, I don't think. Right, let's go and actually buy the stuff.
Successfully docked.
On behalf of Chairman Keo.
In racing games when I was bored, I used to drive the wrong way around. Yeah, I did that. See how many big smashes you can make.
Sun Oil Refinery.
Boredom can foster creativity or make you do stupid things. Yeah, creativity and stupid things is definitely my bag. I used to get told off at school all the time for looking out the window and daydreaming.
Local trading network established.
But I was always getting reasonable.
Insufficient credits.
I was always getting reasonable grades at school.
Drop oil.
And so when it came to my kind of the parents' evening, they were complaining. Yeah, they couldn't really complain too much because my grades were good. But I remember my dad being told. I was sitting with him when I was, I don't know, about 8 or something. Drew spends all of his time gazing out of the window, looking out into space. And so my dad basically just said, I said, well, if you made your lessons more interesting, perhaps he'd pay more attention. He didn't take any rubbish, my dad. Bless him. So there we go. Right, where do I take the oil? Was it the Spinny space station? I don't think it was. It was an industrial place. Was it that one? T? Good responses, Big Boo. I think it was this place.
Target now locked on. Beta IRE laser forge. Alpha.
Laser forge. Does a laser forge need? Yeah, there we go. It was the laser forge. Wow, this Sita thing is definitely a worthwhile upgrade. Well done, everybody. This is much more pleasant.
This is the Taladi Beta IRE Laser Forge. Seaswell Alpha. You are talking to the automated interaction system. Make your request.
We'd like permission to land, computer.
Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
Seaswell, yeah, no, isn't it Sizewell? Seas? It's Seas. I keep wanting to say Sizewell because that's a rather infamous nuclear reactor in the UK. Look at the skill. Look at the landing skill. Oops.
Successfully docked.
On behalf of Chairman Keo, the Taladi company wishes great profit to you and welcomes you on board this Beta.
The Sita means that you don't need the turbo anymore. You know what that means? It means that my shields will stay up. That's what it means. Oh, look at the big gun like that. There's a Sizewell, a Seaswell B. I think there is actually.
Connection to local trading network established.
Right, so we can sell.
Resources are not sold.
Oh, that's a nice profit we got there. Look at that. I think. Yes.
No drop oil sold.
Okay, so that's the kind of end of that trip, isn't it? So from here, yeah, and the camera induced motion sickness. Yeah, exactly. Oh, that was awful. The turbo button. Okay, so we've got ore.
Ore is the most common mineral throughout the whole known universe. It is used in the production.
Okay, so let's go and do the run from the. Let's do that run again. You can afford things again. I just want to get a little bit more money, and then it gives us the choice. So let's go to the solar power plant again. Now I'm getting the hang of the route. Entirely thanks to you guys for kind of telling me. Get a bit of space. Let's go to a power. There's one. Let's do the run with a solar power thing immediately again. Oh, the Sita thing is so much nicer, isn't it? Actually makes the game pleasant to play. What we need now is a gun, and I feel like we're. Yeah, I do want that scanny mappy thing. Right, here we go.
This is the Taladi Beta IRE Laser Forge.
If we didn't crash
Alpha. You are
into
talking
it.
to the automated interaction system. Make your positive. Please dock as soon as you get green
Where is
position
the
lights.
green position lights?
Docking aborted.
Oh, why did we abort the docking?
This
Docking aborted.
Why is the docking aborted? Have I got... Am I not targeting? It's got quite a lot of momentum, this ship.
This laser forge manufactures the widely used beta impulse ray.
Yeah, I knew that. I need to go to dock.
Taladi positive. Please dock as soon as you...
Docking aborted.
Okay. Is that... Why is the targeting not working there? I can't target this station? Okay, hang on. In that case, let me get a little bit further away from this thing and then try again. Okay.
Target now locked on. Solar power plant beta.
This is the Taladi positive. Please dock as soon
that was
as
a
you
bit...
get green position.
That was a
light.
bit non-intuitive. I hadn't realised that. Okay, right. That's okay. So, Queen, where are the lights? Oh, there they are. Can't see the wood for the trees. Exactly. That's exactly what's happening. Right. So let's do this trading one run more time. Then hopefully that gives us enough cash to get the other two little upgrades that we were after, which is a slightly bigger cargo bay and a map. I'm quite interested to see what the map does.
Successfully docked.
On behalf of German Keel, the Taladi company wishes great profit to you.
It's really weird comparing the Taladi trading station here to the X4 version. It's really been that long. It's 1999 this is. This is a long, long time ago. This is before my kids were born and they're like leaving home now. It's insane. I mean, the graphics on this are pretty impressive,
Connection
really,
to
for that
local
time
trading
period.
network established.
Oh, look, energy cells.
are the unified energy storage used throughout
Really,
the whole
really, really
universe.
cheap here.
The
5.6.
unification of the energy storage specifications allow for interstellar energy cells bought.
Bought. Okay, cool. Quite interested to see what the map does. Don't worry, Drew, in space. No, it's just going to be that bad, is it? But it's got to be better than nothing, surely. He says, hopefully. Right, now we need to find the space flower place again. Because finding these things is not all that easy. Because it's quite easy to get switched about in space, isn't it? What with there being no up and down and everything. Let's... Can't do that. Oh, let's just get away a little bit away from everything. See if I can find it. I'm looking for the little... It's really quite hard to see. Was it back over there? I think it was. Let's go in that direction. The game is very audio dependent, almost no on-screen messages nor log. No. Don't always buy and sell at the same place. Well, hopefully with one loop round it'll be alright. He says hopefully. We definitely came past here. So I'm looking for those flower places. They're really hard to spot. Trying to figure your way around this universe is really quite difficult. Because not everything is in visual range to start with, which does make things a bit of a challenge. There it is, that's the one I used to go to. Let's go there. I know it's the same one as I've been to before, but even if I'm not getting the best price, if I can get about 1,000 credits, I think that gives me enough kind of
Target now locked on. Flower Farm Delta.
Flower Farm Delta, that's the one. And I can see the docky bay over to the left there, that's quite nice.
This is the dock as soon as you get green position lights.
Green position lights would be good. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. There we go.
Successfully
Yay.
docked.
On behalf of German Keel,
Maybe go buy the map
Taladi
after
Company
seeing this.
wishes
That
great
might not be a bad
profit to
idea.
you and welcomes you on board this
I've
flower
always
farm.
wondered, Kerry Joe says, if no strop oil is what you should give to petulant kids. That's an excellent marketing suggestion. The equipment that allows you to zoom in is really useful finding a way around, as is the map. Okay,
Connection
so
to local trading network.
I'm going to sell.
established.
I'm making 10 credits a ton, or whatever the unit is, for my energy cells, which is pretty good. Look, I'm now making some reasonable cash.
Energy cells sold.
Let's buy the flowers. Let's do that run one more time, and then when we get to the end of that, okay, so 9 credits a ton there.
Sunrise flowers bought.
Bought. Then we'll have enough cash to do stuff. Oh, I should save the game. Yeah, I should have saved the game, really, shouldn't I? But something will go wrong. Right. I'm taking these to a refinery, which is the big ball-looking thing, which is that thing over there, isn't it? Use technical term. Oh, I do like the Ceta. The Ceta has been an excellent upgrade. That's really speeding the game up quite a lot, which is excellent.
Target now locked on. Sun Oil Refinery Beta.
Okay, we can't go around the back side of that.
This is the Taladi positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
I haven't saved the game. Everything will be fine. Trust me. Yeah, I'll save it this time just to avoid any. Because Streamer Luck is at the moment has been a bit of a mixed bag. For anybody who was watching my Star Citizen stream yesterday, knows exactly what's going on. In order to get to the, it took us an hour to travel between 2 planets, and we had to invoke the backup plan, and then we had to invoke the backup to the backup plan, and then after that we had to invoke the backup to the backup to the backup plan, and then we did eventually get there, which was quite amusing, but it certainly wasn't smooth. Let's put it that way. There we go, look. Like a pro. The servers got much worse, that was probably my fault as well. There, I was going
Successfully
to say,
docked.
almost crashing into the doorway there.
The Taladi Company wishes great profit to you and welcomes you on board this Sun Oil Refinery.
Yay. Right, here we go. So let's save, okay, we bought the flowers for 9. We're going to sell them for,
Connection to local trading network established.
16. Well, you know, it's okay, we're making a bit of money. Okay, we're good over 1,000 credits now. That's good. Right, so how do I save?
Taladi and sunrise flowers are large plants with blue leaves and stems, and large white flowers that originally grew in the vast open swamplands. Sunrise flowers sold.
Sounds like the Smash robots. They do a bit, don't they? For mash, get smash. How do I save the game again? Because if I press escape, it'll launch. Buy insurance. How do I? Where's the buy screen? Oh, salvage insurance, isn't it? Sorry, yeah. Okay, so I want to buy 1 unit of salvage insurance, and then let's put it
Salvage
there.
insurance.
Okay, does it not allow me to name the save? I've just got to remember where it was. Okay. Did that work? Did I do that correctly? I hope. I think I did that right. Right, anyway. So here we buy the oil. Oh yes, we got full thing of oil. Yeah, that did do it. Excellent.
No strop
Right.
oil bought.
Excellent. Right, onwards we go then. Actually, get 25 tons of oil at 40 credits a pop. That's going to make a bit of money, hopefully. And then we can go back and buy some upgrades for the ship again. Yay! Okay, so engage SATA, and then bank to the right, and then it was that one, wasn't it? Save slots are numbered and time stamped. Okay, profits. I'll soon have an iron ass. I will, or an iron arse, as we say in the UK.
Target now.
Do have an iron arse, so yes,
Beta
yes, I do.
IRE laser forge. Alpha.
Oh look, the planet's rotating. I hadn't noticed that before. Well, that's quite a nice little touch. As I recall, the docking bay is on that side over there. Yeah, there it is.
This is the Taladi positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
Oh, sorry, wrong game. By the way, those of you wondering, what I'll do today, just to give a little personal tribute to Vangelis, who obviously died this week. I've got my MIDI version of Blade Runner to go at the end. I don't really want to play it in the middle of the stream, I'm afraid, because it will get me a copyright ban on YouTube. Twitch seems to be a little bit more sympathetic to it, so what I'll do is I'll play it as a going out music for today, just as a little tribute to Vangelis. But I'm afraid for those of you watching on YouTube, you'll have to do without it because otherwise I'll get into trouble.
This laser is used in
which is a bit of a
larger
shame.
weapon systems and
Oh look, 14 credits per ton. So yes, so we will do a Vangelis little tribute on that on the Twitch stream only, I'm afraid.
is the main Taladi food product. It is mixed with various spices and sold in different flavors. The Taladi produced and mixed
Serious
with
cash now.
No strop oil sold.
Right. Okay, so that's the end of that run. Okay. So let us now go. Where do we go to buy the? Was that the Spinny Space Station to buy those little upgrades? Technologies. No, I don't think this is Newtonian. It's sort of elite style planes in space kind of style. It is a bit Vangelis-y, you're right actually. It is, yeah, it's a good point. Right, so do I need that super rotating space station now? I think I do, don't I? Is that where I get those extra bits from?
Target now locked on. Taladi trading station.
Trading station makes sense as a place to go, doesn't it? No, I don't think I fancy flying between there. That seems to be rotating quite fast, so let's seat it our way around to the other side.
This is the Taladi positive. Please dock as soon as you get green.
Okay, so the trade station is always a square with a filled circle. Gotcha. Okay, so here we should be able to buy those upgrades now and get a bit more of a head start on what the heck is going on. So this is essentially a safe starter system, isn't it? Oh, this one is actually rotating. Do I need to match rotation? I don't remember matching rotation. I kind of can. Ugh, maybe.
Successfully docked.
Have I paid off the rescue yet? No, I haven't done that. No, that was about 3,000 credits, wasn't it? So I'm aware I'm still indebted to the Taladi. landing lights and everything there. That's quite cool.
Connection to local trading network.
So we are now here. Okay, so now we can buy.
Is a very fine.
We can buy the tactical navigation system.
Tactical navigation system bought.
Excellent. And we can make the cargo bay a bit bigger.
Cargo bay extension installed.
Because now we've got
cargo
30
bay
units.
will be extended by 5 additional cargo units using
We've still got
subspace
934
compression technology.
credits.
This extension will become more expensive every time you use
Okay,
it
so
because
there we
of
go.
the increasing complexity of the needed technology.
So I still got to pay 3,500. Okay, so right. So how does this? Okay, so let's just do a bit more. We're doing a bit more trade. How does this space map work then? I'll buy another cargo. Oh, I've gone now. Buy another cargo base. Well, I haven't got. Have I got enough cash to fill it at the moment? Let me get around one more time, and then that will give you enough cash to fill it. Okay, so energy cells were always good. So how do I do the map? Yeah, I've got to I don't want to run out of working capital. You know, never spend your working capital.
Target now locked on. Solar power plant beta.
Press N in space. N for map, obviously. Oh. Okay, so what's that showing me? Okay, so space is, it's sort of 2D. So okay, so what do these numbers mean? So E is energy, F is, so what do the letters mean? It gives you a top-down view. N for navigation. Okay, yeah, I've got that. Okay, so I can see the energy farm. N, there's a whole bunch of other stuff moving there. F factory.
This is the Taladi positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
You might really need the manual. Yeah, I've got the manual. Where's the manual? I've put it away somewhere nearby.
Successfully docked.
On behalf of Chairman Keo, the Taladi company wishes great profit to you.
I should really
and
look at the manual.
welcomes you on board this solar power plant.
Yeah. There's the Death Star reactor again.
Connection to local trading
Okay, so
network
energy cells.
established.
Let's buy a stack load of energy cells, because now we should have 30 spaces on the ship. Yeah.
Energy cells
Nice.
bought.
Okay, I missed the old manuals that used to come in the box. Okay, so N here tells me that. So I'm thinking that must be a factory over there. Is that right? Is that the direction I'm heading? That's- Which? How am I reading this map? Am I kind of upside down to the map? That seems to imply that's the direction I'm going. It's a really. I was going to way to display a 3D grid on the view. It helps. I'm not sure if you need to. Okay. So the map doesn't really help much. because I still can't orientate myself. You want to be a flat arrow. Okay, let's just see if I can. So that's pitching, and that's banking. Okay, so to me I should be, and then up a bit. Oh, see, that's upside down. Like that. Is that heading in the direction of an F? Is that F of? What am I looking at? Oh no, I've managed to navigate to an F.
Target now locked on Sun Oil Refinery.
Okay,
Beta.
that's the refinery. So what does the sun? What does the flower plant? What symbol is that? What? So E makes sense for energy. F for refinery. What do the dots mean? Okay, so if I'm pointing in that direction, there is a thing over there, but it's not. Oh, there is over there is a flower place. Which one is it? Okay, let's see if I can identify it. Dots on the map of radar ships, squares of things are stations. Okay, let's find out what this one is. This is a flower place because I recognise the shape.
Target now locked on Flower Farm Beta.
Flower Farm Beta, which is not the one I went to before. Okay, so what does that look like on the map? N for Flower Farm. Okay, that makes sense. I don't know, it's kind of fitting that alien technology is so unintuitive. Ah, what are you doing? Careful. That seems to cut off.
This is positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
Oh, I'm already docking, mate. Yee. Oh, it's got a bit of inertia, this thing, which I suppose kind of makes sense. Okay. Oh, coming too fast! Ah!
On behalf of German
Oops.
Keel,
Successfully docked.
on behalf of German Keel, the Taladi company wishes great profit to you.
Got away with that,
And welcomes
just
you on board this flower farm.
dunk. I've got a small dent in the front of my ship, but other than that, we're good. E.T. with home with those voices. Yeah, they are a bit successfully done, sir. Well done.
Connection to local
Right,
trading
so
network
energy.
established.
Oh yes,
Resources
making stack
are
loads of
not
money on the
sold.
energy cells. This is good. We are very happy with the energy cell price, and
Energy
the sunrise
cells
flowers are quite
sold.
cheap as well, which is nice.
Sunrise flowers
Okay.
bought.
Sunrise flowers bought. Excellent. Right, off to the. Can my ship be damaged? I haven't seen sort of status indicator on the health of the ship yet. I mean, I know it can blow up and die, but right. Factory is right. It's there, but you need to be a flat arrow. Does that mean anyway? A flat arrow. Is that direction? That looks like. Yeah, that's it over there, isn't it? Right. Gauge super jump drive. Arg! Success. On the right. On the right. Okay. Red is hull, blue is the shield. Okay, so it looks like everything's okay there. You do need to be careful with the docking. Sometimes ships come out before the light turns green for you to dock. Orange flashing light showing the emerging ship. Oh, I'll bear that in mind. Okay. That's a good tip.
This is the Taladi positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
Here we go. Green position lights. Remember the lag. You should be yelling save at Drew well before he leaves. Yeah, sorry guys. I'm giving you all tension, aren't I? Space tension. Will you save the game? Will he die horribly? Oh, dear. We're definitely getting some momentum. What's funny about this is because we know, I suppose because I know the type of game it is, it doesn't, this sort of stuff, I mean it is a grind by any sensible definition, isn't it? But it kind of doesn't feel like one. I suppose because at every stage I'm...
Successfully docked.
Extension. Sorry, it's a big move. Just say save every minute. Right, I'll save this time. Okay, promise.
Sun Oil Refinery.
All this to come. It doesn't. It kind of. I mean, this is a grind, isn't it? Because you've got to do repetitive things to get stuff. But it's because that's kind of what the game is at this stage. It's
connection to local trading.
Yeah. So it's Elite Run with graphics. It is. You're quite right. But it is quite relaxing.
Taladi food products are not bought.
Okay, so we're making a reasonable amount of cash
Sunrise
now.
flowers sold.
Let's buy the oil. Can we get a full? Yes.
No strop oil
Buy the
bought.
salvage insurance. There we go. Happy now, everybody. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of relaxing. It is relaxing. There's no stress involved apart from will you save or not. It's a great game to play. Yeah, it's quite nice just to do that. Right, so now I'll come to the map. I need to go. So there's the so there's the space. So is Y the? That's the place I want to go to. Okay, so the map is beginning to help a bit actually. Let's get away from. We want to go there, don't we? The docking is, yeah, you see the docking isn't stressful. It's, you know, wires a shipyard. Okay.
Target now locked on Beta IRE Laser Forge.
Yeah,
Alpha.
so the weaknesses to Frontier and Elite. Well, not weaknesses, but you know, things that were frustrating. Okay, any station with 4 dots is the one you haven't scanned yet. Okay, well that's interesting. So there are obviously a little bit further off, some place I haven't been to.
This is the Taladi Beta positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
The stress is where the fun is. It is sometimes, but it's nice to have a choice of whether or not there's going to be some stress. I don't want stress all the time. I like having, you know, sometimes you just want to be a space trucker. You know, it's, yeah, when you're a white van man, yeah, I mean, I know sometimes you have to fight for a parking space, and there's always, you know, the guy on the M25 who's tailgating you and wanted to race you in his Ford Escort or whatever it happens to be. But most of the time, you're not fighting for survival. You're just trying to do a job, right? You're just trying to do a job.
Successfully docked.
So presumably, in less safe system, there's pirates and all sorts of stuff. So right now we're literally just doing white man van jobs around space, and there's very little danger. There's at least one interesting place. So once I get a little bit of cash here, let's sell the energy cells. No, it's the oil. Oh, look at the amount of money we're making for the oil. Nice. Nice. Look at that, 2,000 credits. Okay. You're going to tell me to save yet? That's the furthest I've got in the game, actually, isn't it? To be fair, I can afford 10 credits.
Products are not bought.
Oh, that didn't. You've got to be a bit careful. You remember to save properly. It's a little bit. The user interface is a bit clunky there.
Oil sold.
There we go. Right. Enter to sell. Yeah. Okay. So let's make the cargo bay a bit bigger because we've now got 2,000 credits. Let's go do that. Then I'm going to scan around a bit to see what else is there. Because we we need to do some exploring as well. I've got a little trade route that works, which I'm fairly happy with. I can make some money, so let us go to. Let us go to the trading place, which is actually behind the. This is an encouraging sign. This Space T's Space Wife.
Oh, didn't even make it on screen.
Oh, it's down there. There it is. Thank you very much for that. Does that in cargo space the ship effectively? I'm assuming it doesn't because unlike other games where you just bolt on more cargo space, this one does weird stuff to subspace, doesn't it?
This is the Taladi positive. Please.
Docking aborted.
Oh,
This is the Taladi beta positive. Please.
hang on, it's done that thing.
Aborted.
I haven't got the target set.
Target now.
This is
This is Space T.
as soon as you get green position lights.
I like the way that the door's open. I mean, it's done nicely. So you don't notice the planet rotating actually when you're using normal space. That's quite good actually. I quite like that. But you do see it when you're in the time acceleration.
Successfully
Yay.
docked.
On behalf of Chairman Keo, the Taladi Company wishes great profit to you and welcomes you on board this trading station.
Connection to local trading network established.
There we go.
Taladi.
Right, so let's buy another cargo bay extension.
Cargo bay.
Now it's
extension
400 to
installed.
extend it even further. I
Your
could do
cargo
that.
bay will be extended by 5
Is it-
additional cargo units.
is it worth me
using
doing another one
subspace
as well?
conversion Technology. This extension will become more expensive every time you use it because of the increasing complexity of the needed technology.
Okay, let's go for one more then. I don't want to spend
Cargo
too
bay
much money.
extension installed.
Okay, so we've bought 2 extensions. So now we have. Does it tell me? Go for another, yeah. Okay. So I don't want to use up too much cash because we still need operating capital. I want to be able to fill the hole for all the runs. Okay, so we've done that. Let's have a look at this map then, and then go and look at the things that we haven't scanned. Okay, so come on, engage the jump drive. Sounds like a demented cat. My cat does actually sound like that. Okay, right, that's far enough from the space station. Right. Okay, so there are 2 things over there that we haven't, well, quite a few things we haven't scanned. Actually, 4 things I can see on the map. So that's rotating us around that axis. Let's go that way first. Which seems to be that thing then. Let's go and investigate what that is. Oh, okay, so I can only have the jump drive active. So that appears to be another refinery.
Target now locked on. Sun Oil Refinery Alpha.
Okay, so that's another refinery. Let us pitch down. It's a really weird map, isn't it? It's like a top-down view, but you've got to orientate your ship in a weird kind of a way. That's another
Target now locked on. Space Missile Factory Beta.
Space Missile Factory. Okay, well, that sounds quite cool. Okay, so that's that. And then there's another one way over there. I think I'm heading in the right direction. Explain. Oh, I missed. No, it's just a long way off. Space exploration going on now.
We are scanned by Taladi Bat.
No space foots detected. Fly on.
What? Okay, Joe. Whoa, whoa, we're halfway there. What was all that about? I got scanned because...
Target now locked on. Pirate ship.
Oh, a pirate ship. Oh. That's... I don't want to... A pirate ship.
Target now locked on. Pirate ship.
Oh, that was the Space Cops, was it? Okay. Crikey, it's the Rozzers. Okay, so I'm heading in, I think, the right direction, but I can't see anything.
No aim.
There it is over there.
Target now locked on.
What's that?
Taladi Space Equipment Dock.
Taladi Space Equipment Dock. Taladi Space Equipment Dock. Hmm. Okay, so that's what that is. Is there another one that's I've not scanned? You want to go here? Okay. Let's do that thing then. Space Equipment Dock does sound exciting, doesn't it?
This is the Taladi Space Equipment Dock. Sees well. You are talking to the automated interaction system. Positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
I'm already ahead of you, computer.
Successfully docked.
On behalf of German Kyo.
Oh, exciting! The Space Equipment Sock. Space socks.
Profits with such as you. Welcome on board this Space Equipment Dock.
Connection to local trading network.
Oh, they sell stuff.
This is a basic laser that is used in many light weapons and smaller fighter craft.
Okay, so it can buy missiles, scanners. Look at that, blimey, look at the cost of those. Freight scanner, 43,000 credits. Okay, so I've got 1 megawatt shield, 5 megawatt shield, an alpha impulse ray emitter. Is that a gun? A beta impulse ray emitter, which is presumably a bigger gun. Mosquito missiles. Okay, video enhancement goggles were the zoom thing. Oh, look how much the shield is worth. Yeah. So could I sell the shield to make more cash at this point? So IREs are lasers, impulse ray emitters. Okay. Can you sell the shield? Do I need the shield right now? So I could sell this. Yeah. That's not a bad plan, actually, because I don't need the shield right now. And that gives me 4,000 credits.
1 megawatt shield.
So I could go back and extend
1 megawatt shields are the weakest protection currently in production. Shields are vital for survival in space. They protect
1 megawatt
the
shield is
ship
next to
from
useless
small
anyway.
impacting objects like many asteroids, as well as
So
during
don't
flights.
crash, obviously. 5 megawatt shield is, the computer's going to tell us. Computer, would you mind telling?
5 megawatt shield is a medium protection, typically used for bigger fighters and transporters. Shields are vital for survival in space. They protect the ship from small impacting objects, like mini asteroids,
Yeah,
as well
that makes
as
sense.
during
Okay, so what
fights.
does computer explain to me what the video enhancement goggles do?
Invented by the Argonne during the Boron campaign, it allowed their fighter pilots an advantage by being able to spot enemy crafts from great distances. Since then, the product has been adapted by the commercial sector and is now widely available in a range of shapes fitted specifically to the various races.
Okay, so what does it do? Binoculars, basically. 1 megawatt only protects you from turbo-reduced destruction, since we're not using the turbo anymore. So are they worth getting at this point in time? The video enhancement goggles. Are they on automatically, or do I need to switch them on and off? What does the computer make of, while you're thinking about that, what does the computer make of the gun? Computer, the gun, explain.
This is a basic laser that is used in many light weapons and smaller fighter craft.
Okay. And what about the bigger laser? Is that good?
This laser is used in
She's very
larger
good.
weapon systems and many larger fighter craft.
Okay, which kind of makes sense. Right. Okay, so where's the save? I've lost the save again. Right, so let's buy the video enhancement goggles.
Video enhancement goggles bought.
Okay, good. Where's the insurance? Okay, so it's basically
The
zoom and
Mosquito
enhance.
missile is the most commonly used light missile in spacefight.
Okay, I don't seem to have the insurance option. Oh, you can't save there. Okay, right. So in that case, it's back to let's check out the zoom. Only the zoom, sir. Okay, you can press it multiple times. Okay, so Alt. Oh, I see. You've got a little camera clicking on. How do I go back, by the way? Oh, okay. It just sort of resets. Okay. Right, in that case, let's go to the energy place. Is that pitch? No. Oh, this map is... I thought the star system one was bad. This one, this one is most peculiar. It's a really, really, really rather weird design. I can't get engage. Zoom and enhance though. Okay, so hang on. Before we do that, find an object in the distance. Okay, let's choose that one. Does that allow me to lock on? Oh, it does zoom. Yeah, that is quite cunning. Okay, so it is actually a usable zoom and enhance, as it were. Nice.
Target now locked on. Solar power plant beta.
Okay, so let's go and get some.
This is the Taladi positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
Yeah, okay, so you can ID. Yeah, okay, so that is a handy thing. I can now ID things. Now with the map, that makes trading a lot easier. Okay, the map is a bit weird, but it is usable.
On behalf of Chairman Keogh, the Taladi company is pleased to make profits with such as you. Welcome on board this solar power plant.
Don't hit the doors without a shield. I'll bear that in mind. I should be a careful flyer. I shall.
Connection to local trading network established.
Okay, so
Energy cells are the unified energy storage used throughout the whole
12.
known universe. The unification of the energy storage specifications
So we now got
allow
the ability
for
to store
interstellar
40
trading
things
with this
on our
most
ship.
basic of all products. Energy cells bought.
Nice. Let's buy some salvage insurance while we're here. Done. Okay. The map is very odd. Once you get used to it, yeah, it is useful. It does work. It's just really kind of an odd way of doing it. Now, where do I want to? I want to go to N. Was it N for flowers? I think it was, wasn't it? Oh, it's such a weird. There, and I can use my zoom in enhance, can't I? To look for. Okay, so Alt. Yeah, see, there we go. Those are the bases that I want to go for. So the zoom in enhances. It is a strange map, isn't it? That is a bit weird. But it does work, and the zoom is a bit useful as well. So the zoom goggle. I'm going to go to a slightly different one this time. Oh, there's the Spitfire again.
Target now locked on.
Space
Flower
Spitfires.
Farm Gamma.
Flower Farm Gamma. I don't think we've been to Flower Farm Gamma before, so that's good. It's interesting to see the little nods, things that are in this game that other games have copied. Look at the adverts. That is interesting to me because that's something that is quite common nowadays. But back then, that was quite an innovation, having little advertising lights, hologram.
Successfully docked.
On behalf of German Keo,
The problem is it's a flat 2D image of the sectors ecliptic, but you're moving in 3D, so you've got to bear that in mind. Yeah, it once you kind of get it in your head, it makes sense, doesn't it? But yeah, little things like the advertising boards there in space, the hologrammatic adverts. That's pretty cool for 1999.
Connection to local
There we go.
trading network
So-
established.
Sell we didn't get too much for the energy cells there.
Energy
bit.
cells
Let's
sold.
take the sunrise flowers. Yeah, you can
Sunrise flowers.
you kind of
bought.
can get the feel of the
Taladi
environment,
sunrise
can't you?
flowers are large
There's a lot of
plants
commonality,
with
obviously,
leafy
between space
stems
games,
and
inevitably,
large
but
white flowers that originally grew in the vast open swamp.
You can see how they've all kind of riffed off each other. So yeah, so Frontier was 1993, and Frontier Elite 2 was 1993, and Frontier First Encounter was 1995. So this is 4 days later. Oh, it's everything's got disco. Bit of dead dancing. Very good. What's all that about? Oh, where did that come from? That was really weird. Oh, that was the combat. Was that the combat music? Okay, so that wasn't very combat-y, was it? That was a bit weird. That was. Okay, so why did the combat music trigger then? That is not the refinery. That's the refinery there. FFE was kind of the same engine as FE2, but with some Gurad shading and a few other bits and pieces. It also had some curved edges in it. And most crucially, Frontier First Encounters introduced us to that most amazing part of space games, spaceships with waggedy tails. Who remembers the spaceship with a waggedy tail? It's like, what?
Target now locked on.
That was just weird. That was. I don't know what they were on when they coded that. And it had newspapers, yeah, it did. Yeah, the newspapers were really good, actually. They were a fun part of the game.
This is the Taladi Sun Oil Refinery. Positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
I don't know where the green position lights are. There they are. Yeah, I mean, on this stream, if you look at my YouTube channel, we did a playthrough of the original Elite on the Spectrum. Then we did Frontier First Encounters, Frontier Elite 2. And then we did Frontier First Encounters. And Frontier First Encounters was interesting because in some ways, you see, Frontier Elite 2 was kind of like a good Elite sequel with... The combat was rubbish, but the the sense of exploration and stuff was quite good, and the variety of missions and stuff was quite good, and the variety of ships and all that sort of stuff was quite good.
Successfully docked.
And the space stations, and it was quite an immersive sort of environment, but there wasn't a great deal of soul to it because there was no story there. Whereas Frontier First Encounters brought in this sort of quest line into it, but it was so badly bugged. We had to keep editing the save games in order to get around the bugs, in order to continue the game, which was quite funny. It was very, very badly broken, Frontier First Encounters, and we were playing the fixed version, let alone the actual original version,
Sunrise flowers, sold.
which was dreadful. So. Yeah, it was fun, but it was deeply, deeply flawed. Frontier First Encounters, whereas Frontier Elite 2 was a fairly solid product by comparison. So if you didn't do the racing quest right as you started a new game, you missed the story. Yeah, and the timing on some of those things was virtually impossible. There were some things that you just, no matter what you did, you couldn't catch up with a game timer. Which made it very hard. Did I buy those? Yes, I did. Okay. Right, no strop oil. Let's give that to the kids. Frontier First Encounters did at least have the story of the Thargoids, which was quite interesting, and it did have a few quite amusing moments, particularly when we ended up trying to assassinate ourselves, and then we handed ourselves in, and the game killed us. So there were some good laughs in Frontier First Encounters, but it was, a deeply flawed product. Whereas Touchwood, this game has been pretty solid so far. Right, so that was the refinery. We now want to go back to the laser place, which is, I can visually ID it. It's that one. And this game has a story as well. It does, doesn't it? So there's a quest line in this game once we get out of the starter system. And the pacing here isn't all that different to the early Elites, to be honest, because I remember the first couple of streams of the Frontier games and the Elite games. We spent the first few streams just getting some very, very basic cache together to kind of get our ship vaguely useful. And now this game has definitely picked up today after the obviously we had all the cutscenes and the beginning part of the game to get through last week. But we've gone from, I think we had 100 credits and we had like how many credits did I have at the start of the stream? 500 or something, and now I've got like 4,000 credits. So it's. I think one of the choices was I'd like to turn myself in, but can I keep the money? Yeah. I think that we had the option to assassinate Space Pirate Wagar, whatever it was, we handed ourselves in. It basically the game basically said, "Well, thanks very much for that. That's made our job a lot easier," which was quite funny.
Successfully docked.
Okay, Joe. Elite was made so much better for me by reading the company book. The Dark Wheel. The Dark Wheel is a special place in gaming history. It really is in space opera games. space combat games, the Dart Wheel by the late great, alas, Robert Holstock. Yes, big inspiration for me was Robert Holstock. Right, let's sell that new strop oil. See, we're making some really. We could even pay the Taladi off soon, which wouldn't be a bad thing to get them off our backs. Let's see this. Yeah, this interface is a bit weird. Yeah, Elite Plus did come with its own novella. Now that one is odd if you read it. Very odd indeed. Totally different style to all the other Elite stuff that had come around before.
Salvage insurance allows a recoverable program to be put into operation that will.
Okay, once you've got a few thousand credits spare, you'll want to consider buying your own station. Where do I go to buy my own station
At
then?
most space stations situated throughout the universe. This insurance policy is well worth taking out at the start of each trip. Crystals are important for the production.
Having a proper sci-fi run gave a lot more
They are
class.
produced
Yeah, it did.
in
And
crystal
the Dart Wheel
baths
is still
from
referenced
sapphire.
today. It's amazing how that game stuck with everything. Right. Okay. So we have made a bit of cash now. What's okay? The shipyard is the biggest station. I don't think we've been there. So how much cash do I need to buy stuff like that? Okay, so once you've got a few thousand quid spare, you want to consider buying your station to make money. So that's the shipyard, the biggest station. Do I want to do that at this? I think it feels to me like that's a bit early to do that at this stage. I'd quite like to get a decent gun and a decent shield. That feels like something I ought to do to my spaceship.
Larger weapon systems and many larger fighter craft.
I haven't got enough money to do that right now.
Nostropt, or Taladian sun oil, is the main
7,500
Taladi
credits for an energy cell
It's mixed
station,
with
and they
various
kind of cost.
spices and
Pay off the
salt.
Taladi first. I was going to say, let's make a bit more money and pay off the Taladi, shall we? Let's make that objective for the day's stream is to get us out of debt. That's always a good thing. Ship upgrades and space tea. Let's get ourselves out of debt today. And if we have enough cash left over, let's put some weapons and decent weapons and decent shields back on the ship. Okay, so maximum power, Mr. Zulu. I like being out of debt. That sounds like a good thing to be doing. Feels like it's still worth expanding my cargo bay though, even though it costs quite a bit of money to do so. Let's go back to the trading hub then.
Target now locked
How much is the
on.
debt? The debt
Taladi
is
trading station.
3,500 credits, so it's a fair old whack. Is the big inertial? I don't know, it might be. We get a lot of Spitfires over here because I'm on the flight path between both Biggin Hill and Headcorn and Dover, and what happens is lots of rich people basically hire the Spitfire. There's a two-seater Spitfire that operates somewhere nearby, okay, and you can basically, for quite a few £1,000s, you can take a flight in the Spitfire, and it flies from Biggin Hill or Headcorn, I think, and it goes and flies over the White Cliffs of Dover, and then basically you get lots of, another plane flies alongside you, so you can get some video of you inside a Spitfire flying around over the White Cliffs of Dover, and then it flies back. Now, between Dover and the airport is my house, so all through the summer. It's quite nice actually, because we get a Spitfire flying over all the time, but you can hear it. It's a real faff for me though, because in between the space birds, the Spitfire, and people mowing their lawns in the summer, my available time for audio recording is severely limited. So that's the only downside. Actually, look, there's another ship docking there. That's not actually my docking request, is it?
This is the Taladi trading station. Seas well positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
So there are green position lights. Does that mean I'm clear to dock or not? Looks like I'm good to go.
Successfully docked.
So yeah, so occasionally, very occasionally when there's an air show, we get lots of other interesting planes. We did once have a Lancaster bomber and a Spitfire and a Hurricane fly in formation over my house at about 200 feet, and that was insane because they're like 6 Merlin engines going. That was really, really cool. But that's not very common. But the Spitfire is always flying over my house. It hasn't yet strafed my house, fortunately, but it is there.
This mud, when dried out, becomes a
Right, so
hard
what
mineral
am I
called
here for?
Taladi.
Oh, I'm here for a cargo bay extension. Okay, so it's now 600.
Your cargo bay will be extended by 5 additional cargo units
Let's do
using
that then.
subspace compression
So,
technology. Visit
one,
cargo
and then-
bay extension installed.
One more.
Cargo
That takes us
bay
up to 50.
extension installed.
Right, okay, so I've done some serious cargo bay extensioning there. Space weed. I feel we've got to do some trading in space weed at some point. How far can that cargo bay extension go? Does that just keep getting more and more expensive, or is there a limit? Kojo was up at Biggin Hill yesterday, but I didn't see any advertising. So, so if you've got lots of money to burn, you can fly in the Spitfire, and if you go from somewhere in Kent to the White Cliffs of Dover, you will fly over my house at some point. Just so you know.
Target now locked on. Solar power plant beta.
If I was when they hired it to give Hugo Brosch a ride, Hugo Brosch still alive last time checked, ought to be 97, 98 then, but it was an 80-ish kill ace of the German Luftwaffe flying with Jagen's weight of 54 Gunhertz. Okay, he wanted to fly in the Spitfire before he passed, and they got him up, and he had a ride and met some of his former adversaries, and that's kind of cool, isn't it? Yeah, they obviously would have great respect for each other after all that time, but probably did at the time, of course. But yeah, to fly in the plane that you were fighting against, that's pretty insane, isn't it?
This is the Taladi Solar Power Plant. Seaswell Data. You are talking to the automated interaction system. Make your request. Positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
Okay, just waiting for the docking bay doors to open. There we go.
Successfully docked.
Yes.
On behalf of German Keo, the Taladi company is pleased to make profits with such as you. Welcome on board this solar power plant.
Back to the Death Star's main reactor. Chewie, punch it.
Connection to local trading network established.
Okay, so let's fill up this amazingly large ship with, because now we've got 50
Energy cells bought.
Thank you, computer. And we can, yeah, I keep forgetting we can skip the cutscene there, can't we? Right. Get a bit of distance. Let's go to one of the flower places. Let's go to that one. There. 10 credits should be negligible now, yeah, so I should save a bit more often. I'll do that. Goering once asked Galan what he needed to defeat the RAF, and his reaction was Spitfires. Well, it wasn't the I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about World War II airplanes, but the ME-109 was the sort of
Target
Spitfire
now locked
equivalent.
on. Flower farm.
And from what
Gamma.
I did meet a Spitfire pilot once, and he said to me that I think he said the Spitfire was more manoeuvrable than the Messerschmitt, but they said they had one big problem that they had with the Spitfire, because the Messerschmitts had fuel injected engines, so they could fly upside down and do lots of negative G manoeuvres, whereas the Spitfire had carburetors, and if you flew upside down, the fuel would drain out of the carb, and the engine would stall. So you couldn't. That's the funky music again. You couldn't do negative G maneuvers for very long in the Spitfire, because if fuel starvation would kill it, and then you'd sort of fall out of the sky, which would be bad. So I don't know quite how the Spitfire and the Messerschmitt compared in combat, but that's certainly something that I got told that was an issue with the Spitfire.
Successfully docked.
Okay, so the FW. See, I don't know what these numbers mean. The FW190 was superior to the ME109. Was that comparable to the Spitfire then? It was interesting that the Germans have been quoted there saying they'd actually like to have some Spitfires. Was the Spitfire just that much better? Because a lot of people sing the praises of the Hurricane, saying it's the kind of unsung hero of the Second World War, because of the Spitfire is the one that gets all the good press.
Sunrise flowers
But
are large plants with blue leaves and stems.
The Hurricane actually did more in some ways.
Energy cells sold. Sunrise flowers bought.
They compared pretty well, honestly, says Chris. The inverted cutout of the Spitfire was not something that BF109 had a problem with due to having the fuel injection. I do remember the fuel injection. Combat music is really funny. It's like a sort of weird Buck Rogers-y space disco-y thing going on. I'm getting my manufacturers confossed. You certainly are, Gerjo. Right, so we are making good progress in getting out of debt. This is a good thing.
Target now locked on.
Nobody wants to be in debt.
Sun Oil Refinery Beta.
Okay, so with a bit of luck, how are we doing? We've got kind of 15 minutes. Doesn't time fly when you're playing these games? I mean, I know I'm just sort of chatting away as well, but hanging out with you guys. But it's amazing how much time passes when you're playing these games. I mean, I don't feel like I've been playing for an hour and 3/4. It's just I feel like I've been playing about 25 minutes. It's weird. Okay, so there we go. Hurricanes accounted for 60% of the kills. So, the Spitfire is the one that gets all the praise and glory. But actually, there we go. Look, the Hurricane did more.
Successfully docked.
And of course, where I live here in Kent, the Battle of Britain took place literally in the skies above where I live. There's still bits of Spitfires and Messerschmitts lying around in the Kent countryside that occasionally get dug up and pop up on the news. One of the X Games manuals has the introduction: say goodbye to a social life and or sleep.
Established.
Excellent. Okay,
Sunrise flowers sold.
so we are making monies slowly and surely. At least we can fill up the ship with
Drop oil bought.
fuel. It'd be more fun if Space Goons which are chasing through. Well, there's some pirates about, so it would seem. Pirate sharp as red on the radar. Look out for them whenever you hear the combat music. Okay, I'll bear that in mind. We're now going back over to that one there, isn't it? Could be worse. In the Belgium of West Flanders, farmers still hit World War I ammo now and then, which sometimes includes mustard gas. Ew, that's not bad. That's not good at all.
Target now locked on. Beta IRE laser forge. Alpha.
dock as soon as you get green position lights.
The strange thing is you can walk away from the screen and beyond the frontier and the world keeps going.
Successfully docked.
Without you, your factories make money or get attacked, bad guys get... It's nice that, yeah, the fact that the universe feels like a place where stuff is happening, that you're just in it, rather than things spawning and despawning all the time. If it happens off screen, it's kind of good. I kind of like that. Sensor being there, etc, etc. Always good.
Connection
Right,
to
so
local
we are going to
trading
sell
established.
the oil. And we have made... Ooh. Okay, we're getting there.
Sold.
3,700.
Or Taladi and sun oil is the main Taladi food product. It is mixed with various spices and sold in different flavors.
So we're getting
The
there.
Taladi produced and mixed.
Let's go and... How much are we doing? We've got, I don't want to pay off this debt today. Okay, I think we need at least 2,000 credits on top of the 3.5 I need to pay to the Taladi. That is my kind of... I feel I need to have at least that amount of credits. So let's do another trading run. If you do an LNG cell run to that station, you'll get a good profit. Okay, well that's a cool thing. So let's do that. There's one over there. Yeah, you kind of got to keep an eye out for those sort of things, haven't you?
Target now locked on solar power.
Unfortunately, that CETA thing really does speed the game up quite a bit, which is nice. That was very tedious to start with, wasn't it, without that?
This is the Taladi positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
Money, money, money. Exactly. It's all about the money. It's all about the dum diddy dum 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 or something. Says Drew with his amazing knowledge of relatively modern music.
Successfully docked.
On behalf of Jerry Keogh, the Taladi
Okay, to pay off the Taladi, you have to find the Phoenix and communicate with them. It's flying around the system somewhere. Okay, so that's something to bear in mind as well. So yeah, so
To local trading
that's a
networks
good question
established.
actually from Frank Miner.
Energy
What is...
cells are the unified
What's the, yeah,
energy
because they allow me to fly around the system. If I
throughout the whole of
don't
the
pay them
universe.
off and try and leave the system, what happens? Do they come after me and then charge me
Allow
interest?
For interstellar trading with this most basic of all products.
So I imagine there'd be a debt collector force
Energy cells bought.
coming after me or something. Is that the case? A bit like the Black Monks. We hate sin. Other than certain types of sin, which we actually really enjoy. We Black Monks hate sin. Apart from nuns and novices. Now, that's where I was, wasn't it, over there? Big Boo says, I think page up and page down is bile and sell all for goods. Oh, okay. I don't know what happens. I've never tried, but you can't advance the plot without paying them off.
Target
Okay, so
now locked on beta IRE.
we do want to advance the plot at some
Alpha.
point. So we will do that. The Taladi will turn against you. Since they have quite a few systems, that's not a great idea, says Kelly Begler. Okay, so it doesn't sound like to me it's a good idea to be in debt to an alien race who did actually, after all, kind of help you out a bit.
This is the Taladi
So
positive.
let's see if we in the next 5 minutes or so we can pay off our debt, but keep enough working capital to keep trading. And then there's more business opportunities. Well, there is that too. Oh, it's got a lot of yaw, this ship. Look at that. I'm sorry, I don't have the money. I spent it on this really big gun here.
Successfully docked.
On behalf of German Keo, the Taladi company is pleased to make profits with such as you. Welcome on board.
Interesting enough, the
this
ship
Beta
doesn't seem to
IRD
have
laser
any
forge.
fuel costs. It just seems to keep running. Is fuel not a thing in this game? Just noticed that. I was thinking I haven't had to refuel the ship. Just fly around, so it seems to be a self-sustaining
Established.
thing. Oh, that is a good profit. Profits is good. Oh, that we've almost made 5,000.
Energy cells sold.
Okay, X has been a space industrialist game. 3,500 credits really isn't that much. It's just a case of, at the moment, since we're starting off, let's do another run then, because they're selling quite well there, aren't they? Energy cells. They were more interested in exploiting a business opportunity than helping you, but at that stage you didn't care or have much stress. You don't like your... No, I do. I don't, yeah, I don't mind the engine being being free to charge. It uses a matter antimatter drive, and it's the only ship that does. Okay, well that's fine. We're good with that. Let's do that. Let's do that run again. See if that profit run stays. And it's the only ship that does, which makes it important. Okay, but no fuel costs, which is nice.
Target now locked on.
A matter
Solar
antimatter
power
drive obviously
plant
isn't
Alpha.
using up any of the antimatter. Matter is easy to come across, right? But antimatter, where does that come from? Wish my car had no fuel costs. That would be a very useful thing, wouldn't it?
The Taladi positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
Does it really matter, or antimatter? Well, I suppose antimatter is only matter from a perspective, different type of matter, isn't it? From a perspective of the normal matter.
Successfully docked.
On behalf of German Keo, the Taladi company is pleased to make profits with such as you. Welcome on board this solar power plant.
Antimatter was really hard to get hold of at family reunions. Time to save, Drew, says Wintermute. Very, very, very cautious is Wintermute. It's my guardian angel keeping an eye out for me.
Trading network established.
Alright, let's fill up on energy cells. They're nice and cheap here.
Energy
profits.
cells bought.
There we go. Big cosmology question as to why the universe is dominated by what we call matter. Yeah, well, it is, isn't it? Because it seems that matter and antimatter would have been created in almost the same quantities at the beginning of the universe by the Big Bang, and yet there's something slightly off about the creation rate by like 0.01% or something, which means all the matter and antimatter annihilated each other, and then what was left over was just the matter. It seems like a really, really complicated and wasteful way of making a universe to me, but it seems to be the way the universe works. I go with Douglas Adams on this one. If we ever figure out what the universe is actually entirely for, then it will instantly be replaced with something even more bizarre and inexplicable.
Target now locked on. Beta IRE laser forge. Alpha.
If hot coffee is the opposite of cold coffee, then cold coffee is antimatter. Although you know the Italian stuff, that you have as like a starter with like little sliced meats and things like that. Well, that's called that's called antipasti, right? Antipasti. Now, if you cook yourself some pasta and you put it together with antipasti, does the universe end? There's a question that needs to be answered.
This is the Taladi Beta IRE laser forge. Sees well Alpha. You are talking to the automated interaction system. Make your request.
That's the bistromatics. That's exactly what it is.
Successfully docked.
But it isn't antipasti, not a Cornish pasty. Well, I mean, has anybody tried mixing antipasti with a Cornish pasty? I mean, these are science experiments that must be done. Right, we are almost, I think, at the point, hopefully, where we can pay off our debt. Is there enough money? I kind of need to have more than 5,000 credits. I think we're going to do it. Yes. There is enough credits, I think,
Energy cells
to pay off the
sold.
Taladi. That leaves us with 2,000 credits over. Okay, so funny asteroids. It's nice when I'm Italian, but I never thought that way. Well, I think these are important questions that need to be answered by lots and lots of research. So I'm going to get some antipasti and have some pasta and mix it together. Right. So, okay. So where's this ship? What's it called again? I forgot the name of it. We are there. Where's the spaceship? What am I looking for? What does it look like? I'm assuming something's moving. How do we find the spaceship? Big carrier thing, top right. Is that? Oh, up there. Okay. So let's head in that direction. Phoenix, and it comes up as a square with a red mark at its top. Okay, let's check that again. A red mark at its top. I can't see anything that matches that. There is a ship up there with some other ships around it, which kind of makes sense. It's called the You Owe Me.
No.
Drew does not return next week. No, not to mixed pasta with antipasti. Yes. Right. Are we heading in the right direction? Is that it there? I can't see anything ahead of me anyway.
Target now locked on. Asteroid.
Oh, there's an asteroid. Oh, hang on, over there. That looks like it. I can see a ship now. Kind of moving.
No aim.
No aim. That looks like a spaceship. Zoom in, enhance. Yes, of course. That is it, isn't it? Definitely. Okay, so let's plot an
Target
intercept
now
course.
locked on. Taladi Falcon.
There we go.
Target now locked on. Taladi Phoenix.
Okay, so I've kind of got to plot an intercept course, which is interesting. It's actually quite fast, isn't it? How do you catch that up without the setter drive? Presumably you almost can't. It's almost outrunning me.
We are scanned by Taladi Bat.
Can I look at that?
What do you want?
Right, I've returned to pay back the money.
We do successful business, stranger. You could make many credits working with us, Taladi. No suspicious goods detected. Fly on.
What? I think I missed something there. Where am I?
You are in the Sizewell system, controlled by the Taladi Space Company. Long live Chairman Keo.
Chairman Keo's been... okay. Right, have I paid back my debt then? way fast, aren't they? So, P. Paid back. Yay, paid. Okay, so paid back 3,500 credits to Taladi. Yes! We've done it. We've got ourselves out of debt. That was a good thing. Okay, have to find the argon. Watch out for dangerous xenon. Oh, okay, ask about argon. Okay. Alright then.
Do you need the Taladi's help? Sectors of a strange race called the Boron. They are strange but harmless. Fly through the west gates till you are in the Kingdom End Prime sector. From there on, the territory of the Argon starts behind the south gate.
Okay. Boron. Okay, so we've got to go west, young man.
The company's space fleet ship Phoenix wishes you good profit.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for that, Mr. Taladi. Right, I suggest what we do is we go back and save our position. Let's go back to a flower place, because that's a good place to start the stream again. Next week. There's one right in front of us, in fact.
Target now locked on. Flower farm data.
Indeed. We'll save the game there.
This is the Taladi Flower Farm. Seaswell data. You are talking to the automated interaction system. Make your request. Positive. Please dock as soon as you get green position lights.
Nice. Okay, so we've done some good stuff. We got out of debt. Go north, then west. It's like eight directions. Well, oh, you want to get to Exeter, do you? Well, I wouldn't start from here. I feel we should upgrade the ship a bit more before we go to questing. I'd like to get a decent shield and some decent guns, and maybe a few missiles before we go. That feels like a good thing to do. So maybe that's the target next week, and then we can go off exploring by going north and west. The bizarre thing about X Beyond the Frontier is that all the sectors are arranged in a single plane. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Well, we expanded the cargo bay a fair bit. I've got 50. The freight bay is 50 size. How much bigger is it worth that being? Shush there, shush. If you get to the Xenons, you've gone too far.
Salvage insurance allows a recoverable program to be put into operation.
Right, so that's progress. We had 25 at the start, and now we've got 50. So I have expanded it a bit. Weapons, yeah, weapons and shields, I think, is a priority for next week, isn't it? Right, my friends, it's time for me to depart. But just before I do, for those that benefit who are watching us on Twitch, we will. I'm going to go into space, and then we'll because I've got the save game, so it doesn't matter. And we will go out with a bit of Vangelis by me. Hopefully he's not turning in his grave, poor fellow, at my not entirely brilliant MIDI composition, but we'll do our best. Right, let's get into space, because space is the right place to be, isn't it? So apologies for you watching YouTube. I'm going to cut the stream short at this point, because otherwise I will get a copyright infringement. Whereas, is there an external camera, by the way? I don't know if there is or not. Anyway, let's get some spacey things. There we are. There's some space stuff ahead of us. We'll fly in that direction, and we'll go out with a bit of Vangelis. So take care. Anyone on YouTube, goodbye. See you soon. I'm going to stop the stream now, if I can. Hang on a minute. Let me just press the right button. And farewell to YouTube watchers. But if you're on Twitch,